Welcome back to this new tutorial. I'm finally doing this drawing, which was highly requested. Now I have written all the materials in the description box below, but here is a list. So starting off with Prismacolor Black for the dark values, Process Red and Pink for the nose and tongue, White for the blending, the color Sand, Sunburst Yellow, and Orange for the tint of the fur, Burnt Ochre and Light Umber for the dark values. Then I'm using a Uni Paint black marker. You can also use a whiteboard marker, but make sure the paper is a little thick so it doesn't bleed right through. Then I am using white paint marker and Snowman white marker. You can also use any other acrylic or white marker you have. Also, I am not teaching how to draw the basic sketch, but this basic guideline image is uploaded in the description box and you can use the grid method to draw it out. In case you don't know how to use this method, leave me a comment below and I'll make a tutorial on it. Yes, now finally starting with the drawing. First color I'm using is black. We're going to darken up all the solid shapes such as the nose and some patches on the head and skin. The shading comes in once we start working with the ears. So for now, just darkly color in all of these areas and small shapes. Now, once you get to the ears, there is a section which is already marked and you have to leave that empty because we want a different color there. One tip regarding coloring this part is draw small individual strokes and also keep sharpening your pencil because you want a nice tip when you're working with it. The outer part of the ear is just light shading like this. Now continue coloring the rest of the shapes on the face. There's not much shading there. But when you move to the bottom fur part, this is where you have to create an illusion. So here I'm not lifting the pencil, just small, quick strokes up and down all the way to the top. Continue doing this in all the bottom marked areas. Now time for the outside fur. This is the direction your strokes are supposed to be on both sides. So here I'm just quickly drawing individual strokes outwards. Keep in mind these are individual strokes, so keep sharpening your pencil and you want each and every line to show. On the bottom, using the same close without lifting technique, I'm just darkening up some more areas. Now I'm starting to color the tongue with Process Red. Keep in mind that the area near the teeth is going to be darker because of the shadow that the teeth casts. Second color I'm using here is solid pink from Prismacolor. Then I'm using black to make a second layer near the top area. Then use light umber to make another layer. This can also be referred to as your transition color. Then take Process Red to make another layer in the top area. Then use pink as a transition color and last white for the tip. For the nose, start with black and darken up some areas. Then use Process Red as your second color, layering on top of the black. And for the remaining part, use pink to fill it in. Then use Process Red to darken up the middle section one more time, and then blend using white. Also, I have time-lapsed this video because it was way too long, but you guys feel free to pause it whenever you need some more time. Now start off with burnt ochre for the teeth. Now layer on the 4 big teeth using light umber. At this point, I'm using the color Sand to fill in all the remaining areas and then lightening up using a white pencil. Now for more depth, use light umber one more time to shade in the shown areas. Continue with the light umber for the top part of the eyes. Then take Sunburst Yellow for the second color and Sand for the remaining areas. Once that is done, add some pink for a little natural look and then blend it out using white. Here I'm using the white gel pen to add highlights, but you can also use the acrylic marker. Go ahead and add some more details on the nose as well. It is time for the fur. Remember, this area is an illusion, right? So we will be just adding small strokes using light umber like this. And when you start coloring the extreme outside border, for example this one, make small individual strokes outwards to make it seem like clumps of fur. Now take the black marker and start making small lines like this to show the depth of the fur. Now continue doing this throughout the rest of the bottom area. Time for the orange. Color in all the shown areas. As we know, a tiger doesn't have a solid single color throughout, so we will be adding clumps of different colors for a more natural and realistic look. The next color I will be using is burnt ochre. Then it's time for Sunburst Yellow. As stated in the beginning, these colors are to give a nice tint to the fur. Then take a black pencil color and add some individual strokes like this. Now take the white to blend out these areas, but remember to make small individual strokes as well. You should also go over the black marker we applied earlier, so this area blends in more and doesn't look like a random black color patch. Then take a white marker and start applying it in the shown areas. Be careful not to overdo this part. Also, if your marker seems a little lighter over time, you may need to add multiple layers. Okay, now it is time for the chin. First take the black and make a solid base layer. Then take a white color pencil and make some small lines like this. Lastly, take a white marker and make some more lines. Continue using the white marker for some details around the mouth. For the ears, start off with burnt ochre and make individual lines like this throughout. Once your base layer is done using burnt ochre, the second color I'm using is light umber and start darkening up the shown areas. Keep in mind the face is not much of an illusion, so you will have to draw out each individual lines. Keep sharpening your pencil as this will make it much easier. Now it is time for the tint, so use the Sunburst Yellow and Sand for the next few layers. Then take the black and darken up some more areas. Here, I'm leaving a small gap between each line so the color from beneath also shows. Then take the black marker and darken up some more areas. Make small lines so the black seems like it is part of the fur and not some random patch. Here I'm using burnt ochre to just give a nice transition between any areas that seem patchy. Then take the white marker and, similar to what we did in the bottom area, make small lines in the shown areas. Then take the black one more time to add a second layer. Then I'll be using burnt ochre and sand for some tint in this area, later going in with the black to make it more cohesive. And finally, apply the finishing touches with the white marker. I know it is a lot of layers, but you will need to apply this if you want to give a more depth and realistic look. Here I'm just making the whiskers, and that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.